So I had the pleasure to see Tuner a little earlier because I saw it through AMC Unseen. And I'm honestly really glad this was the movie that they decided to show, because I honestly didn't know this existed or was coming out in a couple weeks. Most recent AMC Unseens or AMC Scream, whatever they do, has been movies that like come out within a week. So I was kind of expecting Obsession or Backrooms, both movies I'm very excited for and I cannot wait to see and do a movie review on. But it was Tuner, so I was glad to see a movie that comes out in a couple weeks, not in 2 days. Usually when you see one of these movies that you don't know what you're seeing when you walk into, they have like a little thing like thanking you for coming by the cast or director and like telling them what movie it is. And most of the time I know what movie it is. But this one, I just didn't. Which made me curious, so I looked up this film, and it was supposed to come out in 2025. Like, everywhere I see it says 2025, but it's coming out in a couple weeks this year in 2026. So it makes me nervous thinking, oh, does the studio think this is not a good movie? Or does the studio think this is a good movie, but it's just going to flop in the theater and they shouldn't do it? I don't know, you just get those thoughts in your head right before the film starts, and also, honestly, after the film. However, there were a lot of great aspects to this film that make it worthy of coming out in a theater. Tuner follows a man named Nick White, or the Tuner, who's a piano tuner who has a hearing defect. He's like allergic to sound, so he can really hear well, but loud noises hurt him and makes him sick. So this makes him a great piano tuner because he can, hear the sounds really well, and he also has a perfect pitch where he can know. I don't really know how to explain perfect pitch. I'm not really a music guy, but he has it. I think the only person I've ever heard of who has perfect pitch, and I could be wrong on this, is Charlie Puth. Again, I'm sure there's so many people in the music industry that has that, so that's cool, but I've never really interacted with one or someone who has perfect pitch or really seen much of it besides Charlie Puth. So it's cool to see that in a movie. And at first I'm like, he has these noise canceling headphones and these things that he puts in like kind of AirPods-ish kind of stuff that blocks out noise, and I thought he was doing this so he could hear the piano when he fixes it, but in reality no, he's straight up allergic and he has to wear those, otherwise he'd go crazy or get really sick. And what I really like about it is the film didn't talk down to you or explain to you right away through a weird dialogue scene of why he's wearing this. It came out naturally through dialogue with the people who were getting to know him, and it just felt very natural. So a lot of things in this film felt natural, and it wasn't talking down to you to explain things about that. So I really appreciate that out of this film, and they did it really well with his condition. Pianos and that kind of music, classical music, just stuff like that, it's a very niche thing nowadays. And what I like about this film, it doesn't really explain much about what this world is or what anything means, like getting signed by a composer or just doing your own thing or what it takes to make your own music. Like, it doesn't explain anything. And I really appreciate that of the film because you can pick up on dialogues and the conversations and what characters are doing. Like, you can learn on your own, and also you can just do your own research after that. I really like that. This is a very niche theme that not many people know about, so I'm glad they just don't sit you down and explain everything. You don't need to. It's a film. We'll figure it out. Like, the audience is always smarter than you give them credit. Now, obviously, that Tuner is really good and has a great sense of hearing. He runs into some money issues because a loved one has money issues and he wants to help pay for those things. So he just naturally goes into doing heists and cracking safes because he can hear the clicking when he's doing it. It's actually kind of cool how he does it, and I think it fits him perfectly with his condition. So he teams up with a criminal group who are foreigners, and they start robbing rich people's houses, people who this criminal group install security for, private security and cameras like that. So they know where all the good stuff is, where the safes, and they take the right amount of stuff not to really get noticed. If it were to get noticed, they would blame the housekeeper kind of thing. There was a really cool, interesting part where the tuner was about like he wasn't going to do it because he thought it wasn't right. And he's like, dude, this guy is evil. He's like, he makes money by canceling people's insurance policy. And right away, he's like, okay, I need the money, and this guy's a piece of crap. Might as well take some watches of his. But the reality is, he makes his money somehow, I kind of forgot, but it's not denying people their life-saving medical stuff. Like, it's nothing like that. So it's interesting because the criminals, they try to like make it sound better, but at the end of the day he is still doing something wrong. He's stealing from people. That's not morally right. Now the tuner, not halfway through the film, throughout the beginning of the film, he falls in love with one of his clients who he fixed a piano for. And honestly, they did the romance pretty good. The chemistry between those two people were top notch. Like, halfway through the film, I thought, because I knew nothing about this film, I thought, oh, this is gonna be a cute romance movie. Like, it's good romance, I can get behind it, but not really my thing. And then, boom, it starts to get in the high scene. I'm like, with cool montages. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for her to find out. He has to make an argument, like, why he's doing it, what he's doing is good, yada yada. And then boom, something crazy happens and completely changes the whole tone of this film. And like, I was like, we got a movie in our hands. I'm excited. Let's get into this. Now, there's a good amount of things I do like about this film. I thought the two main leads, Tuner and his girlfriend Ruthie, were very good. The actors Havana Liu and Leo Woodall were great. Their chemistry was top notch. I saw Woodall in the Nuremberg movie, and I thought he was okay, like nothing special. But I'm glad to see him in this film, and I'd love to see more out of him in the future. I also love how this film did the sound, especially with the Tuner's hearing condition. It kind of reminded me of Baby Driver, just a lot different and different condition and all those kind of things, but it was done very well. Like, sounds hurt in this film. Like, you got it. Like, you knew his pain, and I thought the film did that very well. The heists were very realistic and not over the top, not dramatic. It felt very real, which I appreciate. The plot was there, and there were a lot of really intense character-driven moments throughout the film, which I honestly really appreciate. I don't really think this is a heist/piano kind of film. I think it's more of a character film for sure, and it's all about the Tuner at the end of the day. And I appreciate that the film was really good. So here's where we run into issues, because I'm saying a lot of good things, but I don't know, I might get some hate because everyone in the theater really seemed to love this film, and all the reviews I've seen are great reviews, but there's something off about this film for me. Have you guys ever seen the Family Guy clip where Peter says, "I did not like the Godfather. It insists upon itself"?
I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
How can you even say that, Dad?
Didn't like it.
Peter, it's like the perfect movie.
This is what everyone always says. Whenever they say, "Oh,
Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. I mean, you
listen.
never see Robert Duvall.
No, fine actor. Did not like the movie.
What didn't you like about
It
it?
insists upon itself, Lois.
What?
It insists upon itself.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, this film insists upon itself for me. I've left the theater thinking, yeah, this is insisting upon itself. There are a lot of times I was rolling my eyes because they were trying to take the moral high ground or just lecture us with certain things or just being pretentious, and I'm just like, ugh. And this film honestly did think it was a lot more clever than it actually was. It was a clever movie and really realistic, but there was just moments I'm just like, okay, what kind of film are you trying to be? Are you trying to be a realistic, grounded, clever film, or are you just trying to be straight up clever? At the end of the day, the film's just to me. Overall, this was a well-done film that had a lot of funny moments, good romance, good heist aspects, some really intense scenes that were really character-driven, I really liked, but like I said, it just insisted upon itself a little too much. I'm giving Tuner a 6.5 out of 10. So, what do you guys think of Tuner? Was my rating fair? Comment below your thoughts. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Please subscribe and leave a like. Goodbye, y'all.